Hello everyone, I just got assigned Fire Giants and they're 86 combat, 111 hit points, and max hit of 12. Given that their combat level is 86 with such a high hit point level and max hit, they probably don't have that much defense, and that's probably why players so often use ranged against them. And so yeah, I'm gonna be using knives again on this task, just for the Slayer. Since I have a imbued black mask, I might as well make use of it and train ranged on my Slayer tasks. So but yeah, to get there, I'm gonna go. You have some options. Brimhaven, if you're not a quester, if you haven't done the waterfall quest, or at least got to the point to where you get to the dungeon, you definitely don't want to. Then you probably want to go to the Brimhaven dungeon, which you can check out my Greater Demon video. I go to the Brimhaven dungeon, and the Fire Giants are right by those Greater Demons. Wouldn't recommend going to the Wilderness. You can't really be effective there, without risking expensive items. The Smoke dungeon, if you're using melee, but then the face mask you have to use will pretty much, negate the purpose of the black mask for speeding up Slayer tasks. So I'm gonna go to the Waterfall dungeon. It's the best place to range them and melee them, probably, because there's not the wild dogs that attack you. So I'm gonna start by going to Ardi, and from here you want to head north. Let me show you this on the map, just my trail of where I'm going. Here's Ardi. I'm heading out this exit and just following the river. You follow the river till you get up here. You board the raft. If you've done the waterfall quest, you'll know how to get there. It's the same way you did in the waterfall quest. So, given that information, you're gonna need to bring a rope. So, let me grab a rope. Rope. You'll need rope, and don't forget your rope, and don't forget Glariel's amulet to enter the dungeon. Without those, you cannot enter the dungeon, and yeah, you'll find yourself up there at the waterfall without these items, and you'll realize that you wasted a little chunk of time. And that's what we're against. No XP waste. No XP waste. Okay, so you just make the journey up to the house with the raft. Headed there now. And yeah, there are spiders in here that drain your prayer, so keep that in mind. You might want to bring a prayer potion if you're going to be using a lot of prayer. And yeah, they don't drop clue scrolls, but they can give some pretty good alchemy stuff. The occasional thing that can be alchemized. Anyway, I don't know if you have to wear the amulet or not, but I always do, just to make sure it opens. Make sure I get in. You want to run past these spiders. Oh, luckily I did not get hit by one. But should I have gotten hit by one, it would have drained my prayer. The safe spot until they go unaggressive is that don't work. Is by this door. I've seen people do it. I'm trying to do it. Like right there. He's trapped. I'm just pelting him with knives. So yeah, range is fairly effective, but I do have a decent range level, and I'm probably going to get a range level this task, which will make my ranging even more effective. And dang it, I got interrupted. Now he's trapped. I'm going to finish off the one that I did have trapped. And yeah, that's all there really is to these guys. They have a pretty high max hit, pretty good to range against, but of course, given that it's 07, melee is probably the highest damaging. Melee is the highest max hit in the game, so given that information, it may not be the most accurate, but it is the most damaging. So, rule of thumb is melee will be, if you wanna, logically melee will be the fastest way to complete assignments, but I want ranged XP. I want like a balance of my stats. Because I'm not making a pure. If you're making a pure, then you obviously want to stick to what you're training with. But yeah. Not really much to these guys. I was just giving some information about them and the best place to kill them. Alright, thank you, and happy slaying.